Look, don't take me the wrong way. I don't mean to be a jerk or anything, but I hated Nassau in the Bahamas. It was dirty, yucky, but I think I may have changed my mind. Stick around. So you pull up in the Bahamas, and the first time you're here, you see this marvelous turquoise water. I mean, it's just the prettiest thing. This was my first cruise port. And you want to get off and look around, and if it's your first time, that was Felicia staying on the boat, and you know, if you've been here a number of times, you may want to stay on the boat. I mean, you get off the boat and look at this port. It's been a disaster for a decade, more than a decade. Bahamas people, get it together. So here we are in Nassau, Bahamas. It's not really a Caribbean island, but, you know, it'll pass. It's nice weather all year, kind of tropical. The thing is, it's kind of dirty and old and nasty. Let's take a look around. And the people aren't really as happy as I think they should be. There's the jail. There's where all the people go to jail in the Bahamas.
That's why you get what you supposed to get last night.
Even the boats have dreadlocks. I like it. And there's all kinds of people.
Talk to me, my friend. What you want to do today?
Me?
Yes, my friend.
Oh, I'm just going to look around and see what's going on.
Today is
What?
Sunday. You only have a few stores in the city that is open. If you want to see something,
I won't get kidnapped or anything, will I?
No, that's why I'm here.
Oh, wow, that looks official.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm the royal one, known as Prince Harry.
You're the prince?
Prince Harry.
Well, you look a little like
and
him.
I'm the good guy that they call Dirty Harry, too.
Dirty Harry.
The brother of Clint Eastwood.
Oh, I see.
I have these two ladies we're going to go on a tour. We're trying to put a group together, about 8 to 10 folks.
How many you need?
8 to 10. How many in your family?
We just have 2.
Okay, then we can join up together and give me some time. We're going to build a group.
I don't know,
$35
maybe
a person.
$35?
A person.
A
And it takes you
person?
around the fort. You got to do shopping. You got
Oh,
to see how we live.
wow.
You got to go down the canyon. You got to go to Atlantis.
You have a canyon?
Yes, known as the Queen's Staircase.
Oh, that's neat.
And we're going to go to Atlantis. And we're going to stop at the beach. You have to drink some coconut water.
Coconut water, that sounds
mango punch
awesome.
and sky juice.
Wow, I like it. Let's take a look around. Well, thank you, sir. So friendly. There's a lot of these tours going on here. So this is called Festival Place. Let's see just how festive it is. Wow, it doesn't look like much of a party. Not too festive at all. There's a whole lot of nothing here. What is this? This once upon a time was a mall of some sort. It's kind of a mini straw market, but I think after the storm, it just never came back. They've been working on it for 10 years. Ah, this is interesting here. We have a protest. Yay! How much is hair braiding?
Depends on what you want. You want to have it done?
Well, how much would it be?
It's only $4 a braid.
$4. How many braids would I need?
Well, it depends on what you want. You want to get cornrows or you want to get the individual?
Oh, if I got cornrows, it'd be like $400? I don't have that much hair.
It could be braided.
Well, how long does it take?
It's like 45 minutes.
That's not bad. All right, let me do that before I get back on the ship. 'Cause I'm going to a party. Yes, I need to have it done. I'm going to come back. I need to go get my drink on, and then I'll come back.
Okay, my name is Miss Love.
Miss Love, I love that name. All right, thank you. Wow, look at all this stuff. Oh, I'm good, thank you. Wow, look at all this amazing stuff. I wonder if all this was made in China. Just curious. Not much room going on with braiding today. Oh, what's all this?
Have a good day. Sir, taxi for you?
I'm good. I love his jacket. Nice jacket, man. Wow. Looks good.
Your horse right today?
Oh, I'm scared of horses. Thank you. Wow. Look at this.
Horse and buggy.
Look, all these people are yelling at me.
Buggy ride.
My God. It smells like poop over here. Whew. Smelly.
Good sand ground.
Look at all this sidewalk here with the horses. Little tiny sidewalk, lots of sidewalk. Hi. Are you friendly? My name's Tim. What's your name? Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Not in the mood to talk. You need a bigger sidewalk. Taxis here feel like a pinball. Let's see what this wonderful island has to offer. Look, you can take driving lessons in Nassau. That's awesome. The world famous Nassau straw market, where I'm going to try to find some straws. You know how hard it is to find straws these days? Hello.
Hi, sir. You shopping? Take a look right
So,
here.
oh, thank you.
Need t-shirts or souvenirs?
Oh, I don't know. So basically, it's all the same kind of stuff. We're looking at bags that say Bahamas, some t-shirts, a bunch of hats. There are some really neat wood carvings here done by people who actually do this stuff here in cups and mugs, all kinds of stuff you can buy to prove that you were actually in the Bahamas, because nobody would believe you were there if you didn't bring this stuff home. Look, I'm not going to knock it. This is their livelihood. A lot of them are very nice people. Some of them are a little sketch, though. You know what I mean? I asked this woman, a couple of women about voodoo dolls, and they gave me the dirtiest look I have ever seen in years. I mean, dirtier than my ex-wife. But, you know, I was able to find this one nice woman. I think her name was Fluffy or Muffin or Miss Love. I don't know. They pick these easy names for us to pronounce because we're Americans. We don't know any other languages. And she was able to give me two beautiful reversible voodoo dolls. Now, look at this one. It's a different color on the top, different color on the bottom. Really neat. So you can actually poke two of your ex-wives or anybody who puts negative comments on your YouTube channel. You can cast a voodoo spell on them. So, you know, watch what you write. Just kidding. It's not real. But you're able to talk them down. Everything is negotiable here. They only take cash. There is an ATM in front of the straw market, so you can get some cash. They take U.S. cash, too. They don't want that Bahamas money. No, worth nothing, right? So I think she started at $20, ended up paying $10 each for these things. And now I'm able to do voodoo and black magic. How cool is that? But a really good bargains there if you're looking for souvenirs from the Bahamas. And this is their livelihood, so be nice to them. I actually paid her a little bit extra, too, because that's the kind of guy I am. Yeah, I'm not this real rat you think I am. I'm actually a nice person, but we'll talk about that later. Straw Market, right on that main strip there, of the other side of that terrible sidewalk. Okay, so this is like my 45th cruise. I don't know, and I've gone to the Bahamas more times than I can. I really didn't want to get off the boat. I just wanted to sit on the boat and just enjoy, relax. There's nobody on there. Everybody gets off and does all this goofy stuff, but this is the main dragger where all the shops, a bunch of cute little restaurants are. If you get there early in the morning, there's nothing open. Senor Frogs wasn't even open. I think this was 10 in the morning, I think. So I saw all these people with towels walking down the street. They actually turned the corner. And yeah, there's a McDonald's and a Dunkin' Donuts there where all the locals go to. The place was packed. And I saw these people walking with towels. I'm like, where are you people going? And there's a place called, look, they hired the handicapped, slow minute work. That's a perfect job for me. But where are you people going? And they said, we're going to this beach. And there's a little sign that says something like, I think it's called Junkanoo Beach. And we found this beautiful little tiki restaurant on Junkanoo Beach. And they're open. They were open at like 8 in the morning, I think, she told me. And you can get a beer or your drink on. Not expensive. I mean, the shots were really expensive, but the beers, the local beers were $5 or $6, something up there. They take American cash too. Real cute little bar, not stupid crowded, but you can take your beer and walk out on this gorgeous beach. Probably the nicest beach I've ever seen in the Bahamas. They are building all kinds of stuff all over the place. There's a nice little concrete dock with no fences or anything. You can walk out. You risk your life, you fall off, you fall in the water. So what? And you can get this beautiful view of the water and all the construction. They're building this huge hotel right next to it. But, oh my God, this water is unlike anything you've ever seen before. And I've never been able to go out there and go on a beach. And I made her put celery in my Kalik. That's the Bahamas beer. Now I'm starting a trend. Now other people were putting celery in their beer. But I'll tell you what, it's the cutest little beach and bar I've ever seen. And even the bubbles are so happy the bubbles are dancing. Look at him. He's so cute.
Guys, very good.
So yeah, on the way back, we stopped at another bar and had another drink and checked out some other places too. Here's all the touristy stuff, some pirate museum. I've actually never been in there, but if you've been in any of the museums in Orlando, you kind of get the gist of what's that about. Some cute little tree-lined streets here, although it's kind of ghetto, so be careful. Keep an eye on yourself and your surroundings. This is the main shopping street here, and there's all kinds of places. I don't know who's going to buy ice cream at 10 in the morning. Apparently some people do. There's this new place by Senor Frogs, but it just opened by the time we were leaving. It's called, I don't know, Never Say Never Again, based on the James Bond thing. I think it's owned by Senor Frogs, and they use the same kitchen, except they charge 12 times more for their food. Beautiful shots of the cruise ship from that vista. And then we went back to the ship, to get our drink on, because you buy the drink package. Oh, here's my voodoo dolls. I'm going to give them a name. Maybe you can help me in the comments. So, if it is your first time out here, you should probably do a tour and use one of the ship's tours to be safe, because they guarantee you'll get back on the ship even if the tour's late. We took our own tour the first time we went down here, and just hired one of the guys that was yelling at us on the dock. He did a pretty good job. You're going to get corralled into these probably uninsured, unair-conditioned vans with a bunch of people you don't know. And they'll give you some history of the island and stuff. Tell you about the currency and how long it is, and then they try to say, hey, we're going to go to Atlantis because Atlantis is great, and everybody wants to go to Atlantis. Actually, it's a big, giant, Trump-looking casino. It's really overrated. There is an aquarium there, which is kind of nice, I guess. If you like to gamble, you probably won't have enough time to get your gamble on. To get a couple of drinks, you could be late back to the ship. And he points out a lot of the interesting things that you can find on the island. This guy took a little detour. He actually showed us the street he lives on and how they have to get their water from a well. He tells me they don't have any running water or sewers. And I'm not sure why you'd want to see this on vacation. I mean, it's a human interest story for sure, but I mean, on a vacation tour might be a little much. And some of the people on this server were like, whoa, they were kind of interested. And the other people were like, what are you doing? Are we going to get killed on this little side street in the middle of this ghetto? Man, it was scary a little bit, Really, I mean, he just seems like a nice guy, and obviously we're still alive. Then he take you to this fort, which is this old fort, and you climb up this big thing, and you sit on top and take some pictures of some rusty old stuff, and maybe your cruise ship and stuff. Then he gives you some history and an accent you probably can't understand. And it's okay, I guess. I don't know. And then they'll stop at this thing called the Queen's Staircase. And apparently this has some significance, too, in history. This is where soldiers used to hide or something. I don't know. But it is a pretty nifty thing. You got to be, it's a good little walking thing, so you don't want to take your wheelchair or you're going to roll down the steps. That would be bad. And this is a neat little park area, and you go all the way down. Look at the size of these steps, man. It's crazy. You go all the way down into this valley. It's actually kind of neat to see. The thing, one time you see it, it's over. I mean, look at these. There's people coming up. Like, why are you coming up the steps, you weirdos?
Queen's Staircase, ladies and gentlemen. This year was all hands cargo by slaves near 1812. It took about 600 slaves, 16 years, to hand carve this out. No coffee break, no union to talk to. Sugar and hammer, machine work. In case it afford they ever get attacked, the soldiers to the route of underground tunnel to get down to the Queen's Staircase and go straight out to the harbor.
Okay, so you get down to the bottom of it, and there's this really neat canyon-looking thing, really nicely manicured and landscaped. Look, it's pretty cool. It's a neat little walk. From here to get your steps in, you're going to walk your feet off. It's pretty darn big, too. Pretty impressive they could do this without modern machinery and giant tools and those giant bulldozers and stuff. Oh, the next stop, the driver's going to take you. I don't know if they do this on the sanctioned tours, but they take you to this ugly, smelly fish market. And if you're into fish, this is great, but they're like tearing stuff up in front of you. Guys there with a machete and just chopping crap up.
Doesn't have that stink fish there.
Yeah, it does. It does. That whole thing stank like fish, you liar. So, anyway, they hold this stuff up in your face, and then they make this raw fish salad, which has got, I mean, nobody's washing their hands. There's nobody watching these guys. You know what I mean? He could have just took a big dump and wiped his butt, and you wouldn't even know. Now he's touching your fish and shoving it in your face. I didn't eat it. He made the salad.
Yes, we make salad from it. One is a tropical salad.
No way.
Mangolas, oranges, pineapple. It's very good.
Yeah, I was amazed how many people ate this.
It doesn't have
Nothing at all.
Feel it.
Feel it, yeah, okay.
Come on, you gotta try it.
Anyway, he promised he was going to buy us beers, and that didn't. And then there was this thing that came out of the movie Alien. Oh, my God, what is it? She's like, oh, yeah, I'll hold it. I'll take a picture. Oh, she's nuts. And after the fish market, we end up there dumping us off at Atlantis. Okay, I'll be back in a couple hours, man. And you walk through this mall with these stores nobody can afford. I can't afford them. There's like Prada in there and Gucci and whoever the big thing is. Michael Kors is a big deal, I guess. And then you end up being dumped off in this big area, and then you walk through the casino. Again, it looks like a Donald Trump property somewhere in Atlantic City. Does he have any properties there? It's a casino. I mean, no big deal. There is a real neat facility on here called the Aquarium, which I think there's a few extra dollars to go in there. It's pretty neat. Again, it's a one-time deal. But if you've been to the Baltimore Aquarium in the States or somewhere in Washington, D.C., then, you know, you've seen one, you've seen them all. They do have some sharks and some outdoor tanks, which you can't do in Baltimore, obviously. So that's kind of neat. And some dolphin shows, I think. And it's something you've seen anywhere else. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm here to enjoy the island and go swimming in the beaches and the turquoise water. I don't want to gamble or stay inside and do all this silliness. Leave my money in the Bahamas. I'm keeping it on me, baby. All right, look, I forgot this about that fish market. Look at all these shells, everything that was gutted, all the decimation of sea life to pay for tourism. Now, I understand these people have to eat. They have to earn a living, too, but
they run out, and they're all gone.
Yeah, this is a little scary when you look at the carnage on the beach behind this fish market here. It's a little disturbing. Look at this. Unbelievable. And then people end up selling these, which I don't think you're allowed to bring these home anymore. I don't think you're allowed to bring shells home, but yeah, it's terrible. They're just tearing up. You hope these things can keep up with reproduction to serve the next group of tourists, but man, it's scary.
Senor Frogalito!
Okay, this place used to be jumping, and recently it hasn't been that crowded. This is a previous visit, and they usually have a good time. They put on a good show and get everybody involved, and if you're 18, I think is the drinking age, but routinely seen people a lot younger than 18 get drinks in this bar. I think these two got a little scared. All right. There's a couple problems. I mean, Senor Frogs doesn't open when the cruise ships get in there. People are ready to party, and they're just not opening till like 11 or something else. I'm not sure why that happened. And it hasn't been as crowded as it has been in the prior visits. So I don't know if somebody else is eating their lunch, people are staying on the boat or whatever, but just not the happy place like it is on some of the other islands. So I guess the bottom line is I don't really hate Nassau anymore. Yeah, get off the boat, see some stuff out there. Take a walk to Junkanoo Beach. You can do some of the excursions too, but they're kind of silly. Once you've done them, you've done them all. Atlantis is meh. Once you've seen it, you've seen it. It's a big, giant hotel, whatever. But yeah, the Junkanoo Beach is nice. There's some cute little restaurants and places, and you know, the straw market helps support the local economy. Those are good people working very hard there. So I no longer hate the Bahamas. So yeah, get off your duff and go take a walk. Tim Cruise for Cruise Reviews.
Now Tim feels the need for speed. Well, not so much speed. We're on a cruise, but he completes me. Cruise Reviews. There is no substitute.